Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Collision. Yes, Collision was on Thursday. Obviously, there are other wrestling shows going on this weekend, so I don't fault them for putting the shows on Thursday, but I don't necessarily care for going from Dynamite on a Wednesday, then Thursday we have the Collision. I think it's a lot for some people for the shows to be back to back like this, and then waiting again on Wednesday for another episode. Either way, the show was okay. Didn't really feel like a go-home show, to be honest with you. I think we had more fun just fucking around on the stream, just having a good time, than the actual show itself. We started off with Adam Cole, who walks into the ring and just walks right out just to go fucking sit on commentary. Again, he did this before. And Tony Schiavone's in the ring with the little contract for FTR and Danny and Nigel McGuinness to sign. Stoli out there, Daddy Magic out there for whatever reason, getting a little bit of TV time. And they're going back and forth on the mic. I will say, FTR, they're amazing in the ring. I don't like their promo skills. I don't think it's that great. But I thought that I really liked them today. I was like, oh, okay, y'all doing something. Sometimes I always feel like being a heel kind of brings the best out of someone. And I think that while I'm not sold on this little pairing with them with Stoli, I did enjoy them tonight. Long story short, because this shit went on like 16 minutes, Tony Khan. They're really trying to get people to care about this. And, whatever Nigel doing, I'm there. But there's been somewhat of a little bit of a build-up. And we're moving on to getting to people to want to see this. So we have a contract signing, no table for them to even fucking lean over to sign the damn thing. And, FTR, they're just like, hey, Nigel, you watch wrestling, you do commentary, and you watching us, and you wish you can do what we do, and this is you trying to get your little moment. And Nigel obviously not happy about it, and he ends up pushing Dax, and they get into a little scuffle, and the use of security guards come on out there and keep them away. Nigel does end up signing the contract at the end of the segment, and he says, you know what? Here's the thing, we're gonna have our match, but after that match, I'm gonna need y'all to never put your hands on me, and especially Schiavone, because if you do that, I'll make sure these top guys are out. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Do I care about the match? Not really, but I am very interested to see how Nigel pairs up with everybody in the ring, because it has been since December that Nigel has had his last match, so hopefully we're gonna see some good things. We get a video where we have Timeless Tony Storm sitting on in the desert, and she's like, oh, this pussy's on the prowl, and all this shit that she was saying about going against Mina Shirakawa. I thought she looks great. She just has this amazing look. Everything that she says, like, you can just feel every word. She just has this aura around her that is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what she ends up doing with her, with Mina at Double or Nothing, but I'm not worried about if she's going to lose or anything. We're not worried about it at all. After this, we do have Takeshita teaming up with Trent Beretta and Dom Abs and Rocky Romero to go against the Outrunners, Los Outrunners and Bandito. And I'm like, well, when they say Los Outrunners, when they teaming up with one of the luchadors, is that racist? Like, is that? I don't know. Whatever. This is just something for the Don Callis family to do. Uncle Don is on commentary. And to be honest with you, I think we could be doing more with this group. Like, something about this group, I'm looking at them, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I wasn't 100% sold at first, but looking at everybody, this is a really great group. Los Outrunners, I don't know what we doing. Bandito, I don't know what that was about, but they got a little bit of TV time, and it didn't end up taking the win. Bandito's gear was just fucking amazing. This man looked amazing. I don't like that they're using Bandito in a situation where he keep losing on AEW. Like, he's a Ring of Honor world champion, and I don't think he's being put in a favorable position on AEW TV. That's the only complaint that I have here. But a nice little matchup just for a little warm up with Don Callis family. And honestly, we got like groups within this group, but we should also be focusing on doing individual things with these guys, especially with Takeshita. So now we get a video package with the Death Riders, and Gabe Kidd was actually talking here, and I thought he looked really great with the team, but he said something about he wants to eat AEW from the insides, and how he is going to, something about how he hates AEW, some shit like that. And to me, it's really interesting because he in New Japan has always been anti AEW. And Death Riders, they're not necessarily anti AEW, but they are part of AEW. They are trying to make AEW better than what it is, but Gabe Kidd is here, and he's still anti AEW. Why? I don't know. I'm gonna let this ride out. After this, we have a little warm-up match with our CEO going against Reina Isis from CMLL. I did think this was great. Reina looked fucking amazing. They've never wrestled each other before. That I know. So I wasn't expecting for them to have strong chemistry, but it could have been better between the two of them. CEO ends up taking the win with a statement maker, and she definitely made a statement tonight. Now, after this, here comes Jamie Hayter, who comes out. Jamie Hayter in white and yellow. Lord have mercy. She looked like $1,000,000. Like, whoever it is that's styling her, or whatever the situation with this 70s look, it is gold. Like, she needs to stick with it for as long as she possibly can. I think it sets her aside from everyone else. They do get into it. Well, they try to get into it. The use of security guards, there was like 50 of them, keeping them away from each other. And we had the trophy just in the background while they're over there trying to fight each other. I don't know where we're going in terms of who's going to take the win or not. I would be okay with either one of them. I'm enjoying the fact that we're getting a little bit more out of Jamie Hayter, because I feel like since she has returned up until the point that she joined the Owen tournament, we haven't really seen that much of her. So, you know, we're rooting for our girl. We'll see what ends up happening for her at Double or Nothing. After this, they gave us a hype video to try to care about the Sons of Texas going against the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing. We don't care. We don't care. After this, Jay Lethal puts on a really good fight against Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher looked like $1,000,000. Uncle Don coming out there with Kyle. He's on commentary. And Kyle, he looks great. But I'll say this, Jay Lethal, I appreciate him putting over the young talent, because a lot of these veterans over there are not doing that. But I'm watching Jay Lethal, and I'm just like, Jay has a lot more to offer, and I don't feel like he needs to come out on a weekly basis and lose, whether it's on Collision, Dynamite, or fucking Ring of Honor. Like, this guy, he still has enough to give in that ring. But he does help Kyle Fletcher look really great tonight. And Kyle ends up taking the win. So now, Uncle Don gets it, and he looks at Kyle Fletcher, who's coming on over by the commentary table. And then he goes to Adam Cole. He said, you ain't doing nothing with that TNT title. Kyle Fletcher could be champion and take that shit off you. And honestly, he's right. And then he goes, how about you get with your little friends, Paragon, and I am going to take my best 3 guys, which is Josh, Kyle, and Takeshita, go against you 3 losers at Double or Nothing. And I said, there we go. Then I said Tony Khan was going to add another match after we already had 8 matches. I was like, 8 matches ain't bad for a pay-per-view. But Tony Khan was itching to add something else onto the card. So now we have added Paragon to go against Don Callis' family. Lovely, lovely. Now, speaking of Paragon, they came on out there to go against the Grizzled Young Veterans. I thought that they gave a great match. Grizzled Young Veterans said, look, we've been here for months. We ain't really getting no TV time. We coming to show up and show out, and they really did. I thought they did so great in the ring. I felt really bad about them coming out there and hardly getting any reaction from the crowd. It has nothing to do with them being heels. It's the fact that they have not been on TV, and people don't remember them, or probably don't even know who the fuck they are. And honestly, that's a wasted opportunity for y'all to have a great tag team like this, just on the shelf, wrestling everywhere but in AEW. This was really, really good. And honestly, I would have given it to the Grizzly Young Veterans. I would have given it to the Grizzly Young Veterans. I would have had something happen. Maybe they cheated or some shit, and then have like maybe best out of 3 with Paragon. I think that would have helped rather than them not being on TV for God knows how long and just lose like this. While it was great, I don't think that did any favors for them. And we might not even see the Grizzly Young Veterans for another fucking 6 months again. Whatever the situation is, I don't think I don't think they're putting enough thought into the tag division as a whole. But either way, still great match. Paragon ends up taking the win. So we'll see what they do on Sunday going against the Don Callis family. Now, Uncle Don can barely sit his ass down because Josh Alexander's coming up next to go against AR Fox. And it was funny because I was like, oh my God, Josh Alexander's coming out. I feel bad for whoever he's going against. And then AR Fox came out there and I was like, oh, that's our guy. He's going to get his ass whooped. Oh. I'm going to say that I appreciate that we are getting a hell of a lot more of AR Fox on TV. He's taking a lot of L's, unfortunately. But he's going out there and he's showing people why AEW should be putting him on TV a hell of a lot more. The crowd was really, really on their feet and cheering, making a lot of noise for AR Fox. And it's still not a situation where it's like, because he's a babyface. No, he's fucking amazing in the ring. And people want to see him a lot more often. And also winning. Josh Alexander made a little example out of AR Fox. And ends up taking the win. I'm not mad about him winning because of whatever they're doing to Don Callis family. I just feel like they could have used someone else instead of AR Fox. They should actually try to push AR Fox. There are a couple of singles titles that aren't moving anywhere. Why not build this guy up? Give him some like video promos to do whatever, and when he's comfortable, then he could do a promo live, something like that to build him up for a title, TNT title, a Continental title, something. He's capable of giving amazing matches week in and week out. People want to see more of him, Tony Khan. Josh Alexander ends up taking the win. Whatever they're doing with Don Callis family, fingers crossed, because I'm hoping for big things for this group. Now after this, we have CMLL in the house. We have Mystico, Templario, and Mascara Dorada going against Bullador Jr., Magnus, and Brujito. They're great. They're fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie, we've seen them quite a bit in Ring of Honor past few months. So if anybody's not feeling CMLL being on the shows, get used to it because we're going to Mexico in less than a month. And they're definitely going to be bringing the CMLL wrestlers over. And I'm pretty sure AEW wrestlers will be going over to Mexico as well, hyping up the Grand Slam Mexico that we're supposed to have in a few weeks. Babyface team ended up taking the win, which is Mystical team. The crowd really, really likes them. I'm hoping to at least have them taking some of the biggest names within CMLL and put them in little stories. They don't have to be anything big, just little stories. Let people be invested in seeing what they're going to be doing in Mexico. It's not just put people in matchups and that's it. People are watching on a weekly basis, Tony Khan, and they're staying for the stories, not just for the wrestling. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. We also have a video package where it led to Anna Jay teaming up with Harley Cameron to go against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford at Double or Nothing pre-show. And I was like, oh, the pre-show. Oh, okay. This is actually not a bad matchup for it to be on the main card, but we're fucking full on this card anyway. So I'm cool with them doing that. After this, Statlander is apologizing for all the things that she's done to Will Nightingale, and basically just saying that how she is a very dangerous person and that she should be careful with what she's doing, especially her being in what you call it, the Anna Korean arena match. And it sounded like Statlander was threatening her in a very nice but I'm still beautiful way. I don't know where we're going with it, so I'm just gonna keep my reservations on that and see what happens at Double or Nothing. Main event time, Rouge teaming up with Jalisco to go against Speedball Mike Bailey and Commander. What the hell, Commander Ben? He has been gone since I think he lost a TV title or somewhat around that time. Well, this I knew was going to be the main event. I am looking at Roosh, and I don't know why this man don't have a title. I don't know why this man is not in a major storyline. I really don't know. Everybody in the ring were amazing, but Roosh really stands out. He has this charisma that a world champion can be. Like, he's a former Ring of Honor world champion. If he's in the right story, if they would build him up to holding a couple of mid-card titles and then moving his way up to being a world title and having a world title in like a year or so, he can be that guy. You know, I don't like seeing foreign wrestlers, foreign in terms of the ones that don't, well, hold on, Roosh speaks English. Like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like when it comes to like the Japanese wrestlers, the Mexican wrestlers, they look at them as in, yeah, they're here to have great matches and can't do anything else. That's a motherfucking lie. That's a motherfucking lie. Roosh is definitely capable of doing that. And I felt like he really stood out here in this match. Everyone else in the match gives you exactly what you expect from them. But I was just like, all right, Roosh, you showing out. You showing out because you are definitely capable of being that top guy. Unfortunately, Jalisco ends up being pinned in this match. Speedball Mike Bailey ends up taking the win. And Okada comes out. He's wearing a decent fitting suit. He has the Continental title. He comes into the ring. Speedball puts his hand out to shakes Okada's hand. And Okada goes to shake his hand, but he goes in, but give him the fucking finger. And they get into it. We already know where this is going. They obviously announced that they're going to be having a match at Double or Nothing. We're not worried about Okada losing the title. We're not worried about it. But I do wish that he would have been doing something a little bit more interesting in terms of a story. So definitely looking forward to Okada and Mike Bailey. Maybe even being definitely one of those top 3 matches of the night for sure. I can see that being the case. Overall, Collision was okay. If no one told me that a pay-per-view was this weekend, I probably wouldn't even believe it. This didn't give that, hey, pay-per-views on Sunday type of vibe, but it gave us something to do, and we had a great time on the live stream. So for anyone who tuned in for that, I appreciate that. Anyone who was watching the review, I do appreciate y'all sticking around with me, and I will be back for Ring of Honor tomorrow. Ring of Honor will be on their YouTube channel, so they will be airing it. That is 7 Eastern. So if anybody wants to watch that, the episode will be on Ring of Honor YouTube channel for free, and I'll also be doing a review on that. Other than that, I will see you on Sunday for Double or Nothing. Bye.